Hey guys, this is Jermaine Montiel with Moto Mind Motivation, guys. Today we're going to be talking about listening, the importance of listening. There are 5 ways to listen, guys. We can listen through our ears, we can listen through our eyes, we listen through our nose, we listen through our mouth, and through our touch. Now, in the past, guys, or it's happening now, we have been advertised uh, on how to listen and what to listen for, and that triggers us to act, right? Act on things impulsively, right? Because we don't understand listening is a skill, right? Like they said, if you don't have a plan, if you don't write it down, then anything come your way, you'll go with the wind, right? So one thing about when you become an active listener, or you go within, right, and you start to try to figure out, like, you know which move I should make or which way I should go, you start to understand that you know uh it's hard to listen, right? Because we have so many things that's just going through our mind. Just our mind is going like 100 miles per hour. So many things going through it, and it's kind of hard slowing it down. So the first tip I can give you on becoming a better listener is to meditate, right? Meditate before you go to bed, and meditate before you wake up in the morning and start your day. Then when you meditate before you go to bed, you want to make sure you're quiet. There's nothing playing, right? And you let your mind race until it runs out. When your mind races, it runs out. Sometimes we fall asleep, or sometimes you'll be up. But if you're up and your mind stop racing, right, and it's just quiet, then you're at that place. And a lot of times when you get to that place in your mind or in your spirit, there's an undertone. And that undertone, there's a sound. And when you hear that sound is always there. That's how you know that you made it there. And right there, when you get to that spot, that's when you just be quiet. You don't say nothing. You don't feel nothing. You just hear that undertone. And that's where your creativeness come from. That's where your guidance come from. That's when you get into the core of who you are. You do the same thing in the morning. In the morning before you start your day, it's quiet. And you just get to that, it's quiet, and you don't say nothing. And you just listen. And you're gonna hit things to hit your mind, or whatever may hit your mind, and you let that, same thing, you let those thoughts run out until you hear that undertone. And when you hear that undertone, you're gonna hear it, and then that's how you know you're at that quiet place and you're at that core. And just wait on your next move for your spiritual direction. Because one thing about it, when you're going spiritual, it doesn't make sense, right? It's not logical. It's not a logical thing, right? It doesn't make sense, right? So you want to make sure, guys, that you have faith, and that you step out on it, right? And that you strengthen it, right? You want to strengthen that listening. You want to strengthen that listening skill. You want to strengthen that spirit. It's a muscle. You want to strengthen it, and you want to stay right there. That's what's going to guide you through life, guys. And that's what's going to help you from get to where you want to be, or get you things that you want out of life, guys. So that's how important it is to listen. That's one thing that you can do and listen. Now, another way you can listen too, guys, you can listen through tasting, right? You can listen through tasting, right? You same thing, you go on the inside, guys, and you eat things that are good for your soul, right? That are good for your spirit, that give you good thoughts, right? Be careful on what you eat. You can listen by seeing, visualizing, right? Try to take time to look at something very positive, right? That give you some positive, good feelings. Find some good things to look at, right? And you can smell, right? They have this thing they call lavender. Lavender supposed to be good, and it's supposed to be good for your, lavender supposed to be good you know, for your body, right? Helps relax you, right? Puts you in a relaxing mode, right? So, you know, use your five senses in that way to start listening, right? And to start helping you, guide you through life and showing you what's better for you. Now, I know it sounds a little, you know, different than what we normally would hear, you know. But those are the ways we want to start listening. Start listening through your five senses and take the time to get to know yourself and what you really like and what you really want to do. These are some things, guys, that you know you have to do by yourself. You can't tell everybody what you're doing. You can't go share this with the world because it's not for everybody. Everybody's not gonna understand it because this is your journey, right? So I want you to take the time to listen, right? I'm gonna tell you a story, right? I said it once before. Michael Jackson was one of the best pop artists of all time. They said Michael Jackson possessed one skill over all the other artists. You know what that skill was? Listening. Michael Jackson was a good listener. They said Michael Jackson can be in a room, he can hear a note, and he can hear it. It could be off, and people wouldn't even hear it, but he would hear it, right? Because he was in tune. He was a good listener. So look at me. Look at the camera right now. Listen, listen, listen. It sounds simple. It is simple, but listen. Sometimes the simplest ideas can get you to where you want to be, right? Listen. All right. This is Jermaine Montiel with Moto Mind Motivation, right? Listen, listen. Have a great day and have a good listening day.